Young people are encouraged to consider performing arts as a career choice. Now, the Soweto Theatre has launched a Take a Child to the Theatre campaign. In this program, children and youth are exposed to the many positive aspects and benefits of the stage. Now, for more on this, we are joined by Khosi Ndesi, a Soweto Theatre's marketing manager. Thank you so much, Khosi, for joining us this evening. I think a lot of parents, that might be watching this right now and also hearing that statement I just made might not agree with me. But of course, the performing arts, not really the first choice, especially when it comes to parents, for their children as a career path. What do you have to say about this?
Thank you very much for having me. Yeah, definitely. Soweto Theatre is encouraging, kids to come through to the theatre because it builds confidence. One, it enhances collaborative skills in kids. So that means having a career path actually in the theatre. So it's not just a matter of acting and, singing and all of that. It's also deeper than that. There's many facets to the theatre. You can be a CEO, you can be a marketing manager, there's technical skills, there's lighting, there's design. There's so many aspects to it that people never really get to see the behind the scenes of everything. So this is an important campaign where we want our young people to explore the theatre and see all the spaces that are within it.
Let's talk about this campaign that you launched specifically, Take a Child to the Theatre. How does this work and how do parents get involved?
Yes, so basically Take a Child to Theatre is centered around the World Day of Theatre for Children and Young People. And we have partnered with Acitage on this campaign to drive, the theatre as a vehicle of change. And it brings also young people together, and it encourages dialogue and critical thinking. So within the campaign, we have things like doll making, we have book readings, and parents are encouraged to bring children to the theatre because these are our future audiences. And we really need to have kids come through to the theatre and see what it is that we offer. Parents can come through with their kids. We had a week-long campaign where we had different aspects of things that were happening. And so tomorrow we're going to be having a dance workshop as well as a book, storytelling book reading. So these are some of the things that parents can come through with their kids as young as 5 years old to come and see all these things and also experience what it is to be like in the theatre and see live performances.
And of course, you would probably want to get schools involved in a way here as well.
Yes, schools are always our go-to because we have things like set works that, schools come to see at the theatre. We also have, whenever, especially with the Take a Child to Theatre, we have creches, like little ECDs that come through and they take part in these dance workshops or the storytellings. And these are important things that, create that that experience for the young ones, and they can see that, oh my goodness, actually theatre is fun and it's not a scary place to be, and this is very important for the young ones and the school goers.
Now, Khosi, you work in this industry, so you have first-hand experience when it comes to some of the challenges that the performing arts and theatres face. What are some of these challenges, and how can they be how can you overcome them?
Sure, so the challenges obviously is that, budgets, we don't have the budgets, unfortunately, to do this. But in terms of, doing our performing arts and, stage plays and all of that, we do try to form partnerships with the artistic creatives. And this obviously helps us in producing all these lovely plays that we have. So money obviously is a challenge and budgets, but we try and overcome that and do partnerships. Not everything really needs money. So, we encourage also, companies, to come and play a part within the theater spaces and collaborate with us. And this would also help us to, move forward and stretch the rand a bit more in terms of collaborating with our artists and creatives.
Many artists and creators would also, say that the government can, in some capacity, do a bit more when it comes to the performing arts and the arts in general.
Yes, that obviously that's always the census. But at the same time, we can't always look to the government, so we always try to look at other options. But I mean, the government will try as far as they can to assist us, and we do see it. I mean, we've got like our COJ that also helps, in encouraging. Budgets and the government, they try to put budgets towards that. So yeah, it's a difficult one, but we try and attest to do everything that we can within the government, within the budget that we're given.
Yeah. And of course, the COVID-19 pandemic had a devastating impact on this industry specifically. Would you say that you are now back on your feet?
Not necessarily back on our feet, but we are trying to pull back on our feet because, the pandemic had an adverse, challenge in that, lots of people lost their jobs. We don't have a lot of people coming, theater would be the last thing that people want to spend on. But it's getting back up where people are trying to support the arts, and it's very important. And I encourage, viewers to come through to the theater and come see all these wonderful productions and plays that we have. It's very nice, because then that's also a way of us assisting our artists and our creatives in their livelihood. So it is very important that we actually, support and come to these plays and productions. And they are, talented people that we see on our stages every single day. So I would really, really encourage it, because it also starts with the viewers, with our patrons, supporting the arts. And that's how we will, eventually get to the top again, because we understand that the economy is tough, but instead of that cool drink that you're going to have every day, maybe save for 100 rand to come and watch a show, and it's something that will help our artists in the long run.
Thank you so much. Of course, we were joined by Khosi Ndesi, Soweto Theatre's marketing manager, just giving us some insight there into their campaign that